Monday, January 16th, 11:52 a.m. New York time. Commodities. Commodities trade on the futures exchange. Yep, in the United States, we have several exchanges. One of them is the futures exchange, and that's where commodities trade on. And there are several futures exchanges in the United States, but we're focusing on the one that's got the major commodities. That being three categories, we're going to look at the energy. Example, the energy, crude oil, natural gas. Another category, metals such as gold, silver. And another one, the third one we'll go over, agricultural, your food products, your grain, your livestock. So since we completed a week, we'll first look at the 1 year chart. Each candle will be a week. And in the higher time frame, we'll look at the monthly candles, which the current candle for the month is not done yet. So here on the left, we have crude oil futures /CL /Charlie Lima. That's the futures symbol. Futures will all start with a / at the CME exchange. Again, there's different future exchanges. This futures exchange, they all start with the /. So crude oil, light sweet crude oil. Closed red for the week. Made a higher high, higher low. Look how small that trading range is. So tiny. What happened? Interesting. So we're already in the third week. Well, sorry, I didn't close. That's the new one. Look, here's the low of the year, 2023. Yep, that first week of the year, the low. And the prior year low was 2022. So we didn't take out the low of last year yet. And here's the high of last year. Yep. So we're in a consolidation phase right here. And that current candle for last week that ended Friday, inside candle, already broke above it. Yeah, there's some trading hours today in the futures market. Again, notice we're in consolidation, breakdown, consolidation. So staircase pattern, lower low. That's what's occurring here in light sweet crude oil. We're way below the highs of last year. Natural gas, here's the high of last year. The low of last year was all the way back over here. We broke it. The first week of this year, we broke the low of natural gas last year. So I can remove that. Yep, and here's the high of this year. Big difference, major. Yeah, it's a little hindsight. Let's go back here now on the crude oil. Let's take it up to the monthly time frame and draw my monthly charts. There we are. We're on the monthly time frame now. Let's put this to a 10-year. Again, each candle is a month. The current one's not done yet. Same thing, crude oil monthly chart. So the high of last year trending now. And look what's currently happening for the month. Inside candle. Again, consolidation here, breakdown, consolidation. Big demand zone here in the buyers before. Again, we're stuck inside that, or inside that range from last month. Interesting to see what will happen here. Way off the highs. So now we'll go to natural gas. Look at the monthly chart. 10 years. The high of last year up here. Again, we took out the low of last year already. Let's remove that. Yeah, the trend is down on crude oil and the trend is down on natural gas. Notice that these future charts are showing you what's real. That being said, they're both trending lower. Is your utility bill going lower? Utility bill for your electricity. There's different utility bills. You have a telecommunications utility bill. You have your water utility bill. But I'm talking about your energy, your electricity, your power station, your local power station. What forms of materials does it use to produce electricity? It's public information. It's not a secret. You call them, ask them to send you the PDF file. And they also include what percentage quarterly, yearly is used of all their energy sources. So some of them are using the most dirtiest fossil fuel, crude oil, fossil fuel. Fossil fuel is the most dirtiest. And then crude oil and natural gas. Some use a combination of different fossil fuels. Might be 20% of one, 10% of another, 40% of another. Some might be using hydro dam, nuclear, wind, solar. Well, again, we have these two fossil fuel, crude oil, natural gas. below the highs of last year. And we already saw natural gas took out the low of last year. So are you having a reduction of your electricity charges? Or are they raising them? Again, do your due diligence, contact them, find out what energy sources they're using to produce electricity. Again, they are regulated by the state. They are regulated by governors, and the governors appoint boards to regulate those. But again, they're appointed by the governor. And who lobbies the governor? The electricity company. You have skin in the game. I highly recommend you do due diligence, research this, because if your utility bills are not going lower, and if the majority of their electricity comes from fossil fuels, you approve of that problem by remaining silent. I approve that message. I'm not running for office. You got skin in the game. Let's go on to metals. Gold. The trend is up. Here's the low of the year, that first week. And look, currently took out that high. So the momentum's to the upside. Here's the high of last year. Here's the low of last year. Let's put it on a monthly. Look at 10 years. There's a pattern here. This is an M pattern. And now the M pattern ended. And look, the momentum's to the upside of the monthly of gold. Coming into a supply zone where sellers were before. Here's a midpoint. There's the low of last year. There's the high of the last year. Silver. It's an acceleration here. Here's the low of the year, of this year. And here's the low of last year. Here's the high of last year. Big difference here. Why? Oh, let's put it on a monthly and see if you catch the situation. There we go. 10 years monthly. Side by side. Gold. Trending higher high, higher low. Coming into that. Silver. I'll show you all in the 4 commodities in it. So look at this. The momentum's up coming into this area. Massive consolidation of last year. Go to platinum. Consolidation. There's a low this year. That was last week. Low of last year. Down here. The high of last year. Big supply zone of sellers. Right here. Let's put it up to the monthly. Monthly. Again, higher high, higher low. Inside this huge supply zone of sellers last year were rejected. Again, that's the high. And high, lower high. Makes you wonder if this is the high of the year and going to reverse. We'll find out. And copper. Again, each of the metals here have different usage. Copper is huge for industrial usage. Inside candle right now. Last week was huge body, bullish engulfing candle. Bullish candle because it's almost all solid body, already labeled midpoint. So last year you had this consolidation, breakout consolidation, staircase pattern higher high. That's what they were doing now. Here's the low of this year, right here. Here's the low of last year. And here's the high of last year. Bring this up to monthly. Here we go, monthly. Copper. This is a huge candle down, impulse move down last year. Look at that, we broke above it on the monthly. Again, this monthly candle's not done yet. The end of the month's not done yet. Very interesting. It broke above that. Let's update this. Here we go. So looking at all these candles on a monthly, you notice they're retracing last year. They didn't take out the high of last year yet. They're in a retracement mode. Where if you take them to the lower time frame, the weekly, the daily, yeah, they might look extremely bullish. Well, be concerned, because this momentum to the upside may be just a bounce. It could be a bounce for several months. You saw opportunity to make money on the upside, but they're coming into major, on the higher time frame. I can show you here on the monthly, areas that had a lot of selling going on. So it breaks above those and closes above those. That's even better. Just be concerned. I personally don't like putting trades on inside a trend. Okay, let's go into the next set of commodities. Agricultural. Corn. Look, we're inside consolidation still. Here's the high of last year. Here's the low of last year. And these, failure, consolidation. Wheat. It took out the low of last year, right there. Let's move that. It's already made a new low. And the momentum, here's the high of last year. Momentum's going down, and here's the high of this year. This consolidation, notice strong big body candles on the downside, reverse weak candles on the upside, retested here, and then that massive reversal. Nice. Yep. Now soy. Oops, did I take this up to the monthly yet? Oh, let's take the wheat to the monthly. Again, the high of last year, the high of the low of last year, and the low of 2021. A lot of volatility that was up there earlier. Soybean futures, small trading range, tight consolidation, high of last year, low of last year. We are still in this consolidation above this prior consolidation. That's good. And look, here's a big supply zone of sellers. Let's put this to the higher time frame, the monthly. $10 years. So current month inside candle hasn't taken out the higher low of last year. Look at that consolidation. So again, we have a midpoint of this huge impulse move down, potential area that prices may reverse. Yeah, so we broke above this consolidation, trending higher. Again, potential reversal point around here. Same up here too, supply area. Live cattle. Oh, that was the high of last year. Already rejected it. Here's the low of last year. Let's take it to a higher time frame, the monthly. Here's the highs from years ago, back in 2015 and 16. Look all that reversal from last year. Live cattle, higher, higher, higher. So now it's a small trading range, real small trading range for this month. Inside candle, we haven't taken out the high. Potential reversal. Yep. Remember, this was all selling. These highs had more selling than buying. So maybe that's what's occurring here. Feeder cattle. Feeder cattle is obviously what they're using to feed other animals. Yep. So that was the high of last year right there. We took that out. That was the first week of this year. We took it out. So remove that. And that's the new high for this year. So massive consolidation. Look, you had that high, finally retested, filled to close above it in reversal. Let's put this on the monthly. Here we go, monthly. Look all the way back here. Massive impulse move down. Massive selling occurring there. That's up here. May not even make it up there. So now we have the high of last year right here. We're testing it right now. Huge impulse move candle down. Retracement on weakness. Again, this may be the high of the year to get ready to reverse to go lower. It may not make it up here. And look, this is a demand zone on the bottom. Potential area for retest. As well as down here too. Potential retest areas. So if you're bearish, one could look for this as a first target down here and further down here. And lean hog. Here's the high of last year. Here's the low of last year. Massive consolidation. The last quarter of last year. Big impulse move down. Look at that bearish pin bar. That's a bearish pin bar. Rejected that. Good opportunity done bearish and then huge move down. This first red candle was a high this year. Momentum's to the downside still. Let's put this on a monthly. Yep, massive rejection. So this is a consolidation here inside this big impulse move down. Not surprise week. That last monthly candle last year rejected this supply zone. And then obviously now here we're making a lower high, lower low. Thank you, as always, for spending just a little bit of your time with me. If you've gotten value from this video, if this was helpful, then please consider sharing a small monetary donation to my channel by going below and clicking on my PayPal or Venmo. You can leave a small tip. If you don't want to share financial support, no problem. Just click the like and subscribe and leave a comment, please.